Hey guys, Zach here, and it's going to be a quick video on how to realize that you don't know everything. And if you know things, it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit at all, and this is what I'm really passionate about, because so many people always come to me, and they always tell me, I tell them something, and they're like, oh yeah, I know this. And they act like they know it, but it's crazy, they're not doing it. And knowing something doesn't mean shit. I know all this stuff. They come from the ego place, and they know it all, but they never take any action. And I can promise you right now, that's a massive sticking point in this industry. If you're wanting motivation, but you know all the tools, you know everything, and you have this know-all attitude, I can promise you right now, you'll never succeed. I know what diet to take. Well, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? If you know all this stuff, we'll implement on it. Because right now, how hard is it to lose weight? In all honesty, it's not hard at all. Just go on the internet, look up a healthy diet to lose weight, stay consistent at the gym, and you will lose weight. It's the law of the body. How hard is that? But when we tell ourselves, I know all this stuff, it's just a story that validates us that we don't need to do anything. That's all it is. And someone talked to me today, and she's a coach, and she's a mindset coach, and she's started to follow me and stuff like that, and, she was one of my clients, and she said to me, Zach, I need to ask you a question. With mindset and stuff, I'm doing this anxiety course, I'm taking people through this anxiety course, but I'm struggling with anxiety. And, I know how to break myself out of it, but it's just hard sometimes. I'd rather stay in this muck. And I want to realize and give you some advice that can massively help you. And she said, how do you break out of it? You're the peak performance coach. Do you ever feel anxious and stuff? And I'm like, of course I do. It's completely normal. Sometimes I feel stressed, sometimes I feel anxious, but I've got to a certain level that I train myself every day doing rituals that really, really support me so I don't really go to those low places. And I always know that I can break out because she knows how to break out, but I'm like, then why aren't you doing it? Because if you have an intellectual level of understanding, it doesn't mean shit. Every smoker knows they shouldn't smoke, right? You don't have to be intelligent not to smoke. It's everywhere. It's on ads, it's on the pack. But you know what? I intellectually know I shouldn't smoke, but I'm going to smoke. I know I should stop, but I don't. I know I should work out, but I don't. Intellectual doesn't mean anything. And then there's a second level of understanding, which is emotional level of understanding. It's just like a smoker that goes to the doctor. The doctor does a blood test, and all of a sudden he gives back and says, you know what? If you have one more cigarette, you're going to have a fatal stroke and die. Have they learned any more information? No. But now it's gone from intellectual to emotional. It's in the gut now. You feel sick. There's leverage there, and you can change from a leverage place. This is what I said. I said right now you're a mindset coach. You already know the rituals, but you're not doing shit about it. And do you know what? You're meant to be a role model for all of these women. You've got to start doing the rituals, and you've got to get clear on what you really want. Because number one, she didn't have clarity. And number two, she was just saying, she was telling herself, I know all this stuff. And do you know what? I said, you don't even know this stuff. Because tell me right now how to break out of it. She's like, I don't know. She didn't even know. But she told herself she knows all this shit, which is bullshit. And then from that place, she didn't execute on anything. If you're out there right now and you're in a rut and you think you know it all, I reckon you should let go of the ego and say, do you know what? I want to learn. I need accountability. I need to learn again. Because if you can learn again, it starts to motivate you. Because as soon as we start learning some new content, we want to manifest it. We want to, speak it out. But if we just act like we know it all, I'm sorry, you don't. So you got to get yourself to that level of an emotional place and then get to the third level of awareness, which is identity shift. So when we start changing, we get ourselves to the place saying, do you know what? I got to change out of this. I'm going to detach from the outcome, and I'm going to start doing rituals that support me getting out of this anxiety. Once I start doing rituals that can make me reduce my anxiety at a deep level, I have to stay consistent with it. Because you can't go to the gym once and expect to have a beautiful six-pack, right? You can't do that. You can't meditate once and say, do you know what? I'm the Buddha now. I'm Buddha now because I've meditated once. You have to stay consistent to change your identity. If you're not happy with where you are right now and you want an identity change, you want to start going to the gym and you say, I don't know how to stay motivated. Do it consistently. Get your clarity on where you want, what body you want, and start doing rituals on a daily basis. Within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, you'll have an addiction to it. It's the law of rituals. But people don't have clarity, so they don't last. Because they don't even know what they're going for. Like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. To lose weight? What's that mean? But if you have a desired outcome on what you want to get out of this, and it's super clear to you, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to look like this dude. I love it. I feel the energy. And all of a sudden, I operate at that level because I have some excitement in my life. If you're feeling anxiety right now, I can promise you, you don't have clarity on where you're going. So I want you to solve that issue. And all it takes is you asking yourself, what do I really want? So many people could say, Zach, but I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. This is how you decide on what you want. We got two minds. We got a heart mind and we got a mind. This mind up here, which is the left brain, is all about analyzing. You know, you can say, yeah, if I ask you a question, you can say yes, no, maybe, I don't know, should I do this, should I not do this? It analyzes everything, right? But then when we breathe into our heart, and we think about our heart, and we breathe into our heart really relaxingly, our heart can only do two things. Say yes or no. That's all it can say. It doesn't say maybe, because it's our intuition. Our intuition always knows what we should be doing. There's a massive breakthrough that I had with someone today that she was saying she didn't know what she wanted. Should she do this? Should she not? And I said, you know what? Breathe into your heart. Instantly, she told me. It's crazy. So many times, she's like, I get in my head so much. All of a sudden, once I got her to connect to her heart, trust her intuition, she told me what to do straight away. Ask yourself any question that you want in that meditative state, and I can promise you, you will have the answer will just flow to you. It'll trust. If it says yes, that's the first answer. That's what you should be doing. Trust yourself and realize you don't know it all. And if you're not where you want to be, get clear on where you want to go. Let go of the resistance and start doing a ritual every day that can support that over and over again. So you have emotion behind it. And then by emotion, you'll change your identity long term. Have a phenomenal day. Boom.